Where do we go from here? I don't know how it's ever going to get better. I just want your opinion. How about that? I want your opinion. Do you think that it's going to get better? Do you think we can come back together as a nation? Hey guys, it's Sandy. So let's talk about all the craziness that's going on right now. I truly believe that the media and social media platforms are pitting people against each other. I feel like it's not just people getting mad and putting their opinions, which they are doing. If you're watching anything that's going on social media, mostly, as far as, and I'm only on a few social media sites, I just don't do a lot because mentally I can't do that to myself. But oh my goodness, the opinions that are being shared about the whole Charlie Kirk thing, um, they are extreme and people are fighting, and it is insane. And I believe that these social media sites are actually fueling it also. I think that there is a lot of propaganda that we're hearing. And it's like we can't make decisions for ourselves anymore because we're so mentally overloaded that we listen to what this person says, and then we either throw out our own and fight about it, or um, agree and everybody else is stupid. And you guys, we are in a society. I said to my husband, so we went on a trip out west. We just got back early this week. And whenever we were out there, we didn't have cell service at a lot of places because you're in the mountains, or you're clear down in a valley, or you're hiking to waterfalls, and there's just not social media. And oh, that was so refreshing to not have that. We did have it whenever we'd get back to our Airbnb at different places. We moved around a lot just to see a lot of different places. And it was so refreshing not to have that. Well, during that time that we were gone is whenever Charlie Kirk got assassinated. There was also a school shooting at the same time. Didn't even know about it. Found out about it later. And then whenever, I didn't even really get on social media at all. I did share pictures of our trip because we have family back home that are watching, want to see what we're doing. And I want to share the beauty of, I mean, literally beauty that God has made everywhere. But out west, it's just beautiful. I live in Ohio, so we don't have mountains where I live. We have beauty, but it's different. So I wanted to share. That's what I would get on, post some pictures, get right back off. Well, my goodness, whenever we did get back earlier this week, I got on social media again, and I was flipping through and I was like, oh my gosh, the stuff people are saying and fighting and calling names, and these are all people that I'm associated with, as far as friends, and I use that somewhat loosely. I have core groups of super good friends, but you have a lot of friends on different social media sites that, yes, you know them, but they're not really your close friend or anything. But I know a lot of, I know the people. I don't just accept people unless I at least know them or have very close association with them. You guys, I'm I was appalled. And so I had actually looked at it one evening, and I was going to bed, and that's just not a good time to even do it. And I was just like, I got turned off. Got back on the next day, was flipping through social media again, just the name calling, the hate, the whether you agree or disagree with somebody's opinions. Don't everybody have the right to their opinion? I mean, what I see happening and I love is people had no idea who Charlie Kirk was. And he's like the most Googled name out there right now. And his message of Jesus is getting out. And that is what's important to me. Um, People have opinions whether they liked what he said or didn't like what he said. But biblically, he talked about Jesus and what the enemy can mean for evil, God can always use for good. And I believe he is. Like, you're not going to silence this. At this point, there's just a movement of Jesus going on, movement of being bolder in faith. And not everybody's going to agree with me. And that's okay, because that's called opinions. We're allowed to have them. You shouldn't be shot for them. And I think everybody at least agrees on that portion, that you shouldn't be shot for your opinion, whatever side of the fence that you're on. But the hate, we are inundated with it. It's getting worse and worse and worse. People are just unbelievably unkind, all the name calling. And you know what it does? It's causing health problems because of just the stress levels, the blood pressure problems, the anxiety, the depression. We have so many problems going on mentally and physically, and it's not getting better. And I believe truly that these social media sites are fueling a lot of this. What do we do? What do you do? I mean, so we have these gorgeous fields beside of our house right now because it's fall and the fields are just full of these beautiful yellow flowers and goldenrod. And I was like, well, something that brings me a smile and peace is actually just bringing some fresh flowers in. They're free. They're in our fields. They're not farmers' fields. They're actually owned by the state. But anybody can go into them and just picking flowers and bringing it into my house. That makes me smile when I walk by because they're beautiful and I love them. I love nature. Um, I believe that this, for me, has fueled more of being more bold for Jesus. Got to be bold for Jesus. Church attendance is up. I know that different things happen in life and church attendances go up, and thank goodness. We've got to hear the message of Jesus. The world's becoming more and more and more dark. There is good in humanity, a lot of good in humanity, but man, there's just, are we ever going to come back together? I don't know. I really don't know. The division is becoming so wide that I don't know if just differing opinions can come together. I know people that don't talk to each other because of who they voted for. What do we do? I think that what I have to do is bring some kind of mental peace and calmness to my life. And what I need to do is not, well, first of all, I will never engage because that is only going to hurt you. If you engage into the fight, if you engage into throwing out your opinions, you're not going to change somebody else's opinion, I don't think, by just throwing out your opinion. You might be doing it to try to get people to agree with you so that you can feel justified by your opinion, but you're not going to change other people's opinions just because you put yours out there. I don't know, it's been disturbing to me. It was really disturbing to me, actually. And where do we go from here? I don't know how it's ever going to get better. I just want your opinion. How about that? I want your opinion. Do you think that it's going to get better? Do you think we can come back together as a nation? Do you think that this Charlie Kirk thing has been thrown out of proportion? Or do you think that he's getting the notoriety he deserves? What's your thought? All right, you guys. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.